No, my insurance lo paga la empresa. No tengo descuento, yo lo pagan 100%. ¿Necesitas la tarjeta? Es Hampton, creo. O para el hogar, o de mi casa, sí, por State Farm. Hacéis contrato directo con State Farm y el mortgage. Cuando tenga el contrato, yo llamo a mi agente, mi esposa lo llama y se ponen de acuerdo para ver. ¿Ok? Gracias, Luis. Que tenga buena tarde. Buen día.
Hi, come to pay the rent. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Grace working?
Yeah.
Just dropping off payment.
Yeah.
You want me to write your receipt?
Please.
No problem. This is August.
No, it's for September. I already paid August. Because I don't know why I got a late payment reminder when I paid it 4 days before I even got that notice. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. I need to ask you about this. I had received a notification letter about the rent hike and stuff, and it said something about do your thing 60 days prior to your lease ending. So I had sent that email over there to you guys, and you weren't here. So, because you weren't here in June, were you? Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I believe Cassie was sitting there. So they said to send it over there. So I sent that. So I never received for that apartment any type of renewal letter for the one. Because remember, we was in here last month and there was a discrepancy about how the first rent hike was $50 increase and $5 water. Then the second rent hike was $100 and $40 for water. So I'm going to be taking to court because my lease, the lease for that apartment ends the end of next month. So am I supposed to do a vacate notice since there has been no lease sent, or am I bound because I did respond within 60 days regarding, because after I had spoken with Eddie Duke, and he had sent that notification about the $50 rent increase and the $5 water, it said to send that over within 60 days.
To send
So
this over?
yeah, so I sent that over there. So basically, that is put me in for the unit for the rent increase. I thought of the $50
Oh,
and the
okay.
okay, but then like I said, I received the other one.
Mhm.
So now I have 2 notices that say, you know, your rent hike is going to be this or your rent hike is going to be that. And so I had already sent in the one for the $50 prior to receiving the second one, which I did not receive until 2 months after that, June, July, yeah. And so I don't know what's going on. Basically, I'm clueless because I have all these different papers over there that are saying, okay, this is your 60-day notice to vacate. Okay, and then they said, okay, this is your rent hike. Send it $50 and $5 for water. Okay, then I got the other one that says $100 rent hike and then the $40 water fee, and that the lease would be sent via the resident portal to be signed. That never happened. So I'm just wondering what is going to happen at the end of next month, because I already sent that letter over there basically stating that, okay, fine, I agree to your terms. At the time, the terms were the $50 rent hike and the $5 water fee. And then, like I said, then came after I had sent that, the $100 rent hike and the $40 water fee. So I don't know what's going on. Can you explain or tell me anything? Because at this point, I have sent the emails, I have got the copies of the letters, but at this point, there has been no saying, okay, the lease is coming through the portal for this and this amount. Nothing. Just the rent hike is going to be 50. No, the rent hike is going to be 100. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because like I said, it told me the first notice said send this over within 60 days to let us know what your intent is. I did that. And so what do we do now?
Did they ever respond to this?
No, they didn't. I never received anything from Cassie. Only thing I received was another letter a month and a half, I believe, after I sent that
July,
over,
yeah.
that had another rent hike.
Right.
Was the, because y'all don't date anything. Neither one is dated. The only reason you know that the first one that says 50 and $5 water fee is because it says website is coming, because you hadn't, that was so soon y'all hadn't got your website up yet. And it said that the lease would come via the portal once the website was up. Okay, then the second one that I got after this one, and after I had already sent this one over, okay, it said the $100 and then the $40, and then it had the website on there. So I don't know what's going on at this point. I have tried to figure it out, but I can't. I did send that over, requesting that because I was going by me and Eddie Duke saying what we were saying, as far as not only the phone call, but the letter that I received after the phone call. So I don't know what you need to talk to.
Yeah. Either one, yeah.
Sorry, keep on interrupting.
No, you're fine. Thank you. trying to go back and see if they left any notes or if they sent you anything or.
Not to my email address and not at the door. The only thing I've ever received at the door is something that says about the parking lot needs to be, or to move your car and stuff like that. But as far as anything, because I was expecting something to come via the portal, which is set up now.
Yeah.
Because they even said that you can make your payments via the portal, and that the renewed lease or the renewal lease or whatever was going to come via the resident portal. Nothing has come, and everybody was at 6s and 7s in here anyway when this initially took place, because when y'all first took over, Greenbrier first took over, it was crazy out here, because that first month nobody knew where to pay the rent at, and I had called several different places, and people were saying to send it to Starboard Townhomes and that sort of stuff, and then people were at the door coming from Craigmont Manor talking about where do I pay the rent and who do I don't make this up. So, but I figured that by June, you guys had gotten it together, because that would be like 6 months. And so, what I'm saying is I did my part, but I did not get any feedback from. So I just kept getting letters saying this is what your rent hike is going to be, but there was never any accompanying lease to go with that, stating that this is what it's going to be.
Yeah,
And
there should have been.
Yeah, because the first one, because I mean, I don't understand why when I received the first notice, that was back in, when was that? March, I believe that was in February. Yeah, that was in February. The first one was in February.
Mm-hmm.
That said, okay, your lease will be renewed you have a new lease with a $50 increase and a $5 water thing on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they didn't send the lease to be actually signed through the portal then, because oh wait a minute, they said the portal wasn't open. Okay, so they never did send the lease. Okay, then after that, when they sent the other one over, they did have the portal open. So why hand deliver that one but don't send the lease renewal? I don't understand that, because that just took place just a little over a month ago.
Mm.
So
for those renewal offers, those notices that were sent out, is that what you're talking about?
yeah, I'm talking. Okay, I'm talking about the
Yeah.
ones that had
The $50.
yeah,
like,
and then
indicative.
the $100 and the $40 increase. I don't know
So you're
what.
saying you were waiting on a lease to be sent afterwards?
Well, that's what it said on there. It said if you have notified the office of your intent within 60 days prior to the termination of your lease, then you would be sent a lease based off the paper that they had just sent. And the paper that they sent, the last one, was the $100 increase for the rent and the $40 water fee.
Right.
So I'm just wondering, okay, what am I supposed to do? Because at this point, I don't know what's going on over here. Am I supposed to still be, as far as 314 is concerned, a tenant out here with the other tenant that's on the lease, or what is going to happen after September 30th? Because that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm going to be evicted and then I have to go to court, because there's a letter that I have sent over here that was 60 days prior to more than 60 days prior to the end of my lease, that says, okay, I am saying that I will renew on your terms, which at that time, like I said, was the $50 and the $5 water fee. So, okay, if I'm going to be terminated at the end of September, which I don't even know whether I'm going to receive a lease or a termination letter or what, I need to know because I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, so otherwise at the end of September 30th, once the lease expires, pretty much that last notice that went out pretty much just says that, so the one that was sent in July, so pretty much that notice says that at the end of your lease, which would be September 30th, if you do not take action to renew, then you would be moved to market price plus the $100.
I know, but I did
fee.
that. I that's the letter to show that that was my intent to
Yeah.
renew at what that was. So it's not like you can say, okay, she has to go month to month because she didn't send in any documentation that said what her intent was. That's the email to verify that. It went to Greenbrier, like, okay. So that's what I'm saying. What is going to happen after September 30th? Because I did what y'all told me to do. It said send in something with your intent as to what you intend to do with the lease ending with Deal Properties, which I did. The last letter you said that came in July, it said, okay, your rent will go up $100 and you will have a $40 water increase. I still never did receive a lease. So what is going to be the case?
In regards to the $100 increase?
Well, I mean, what I'm just saying is, am I
Yeah.
going to get a termination letter or am I going to get a lease that says your rent is $100 plus a $40 water increase for that apartment?
No, I don't think it would be a termination. It would just, like I said, they would just automatically move you to a month once that lease.
No, but
ends.
see, y'all month to month says, okay, the letter says that if you just go month to month, you will be at market rate and it will be a $100 fee if you do not say that your intent is to go by what that letter said and do the 60-day prior to the end of your lease. So I'm not supposed to just go month to month. I'm supposed to go by the $100 increase, the $40 water fee for the next foreseeable year, because that's what that said. That's what that last letter says. So, and I sent that over. So that means, so it's what the letter says. If you do not respond before the 60 days before the end of, then you will go month to month, and you will be charged market rate, which also includes a $100 month to month fee. But if you send us notification 60 days prior to the end of your lease, then it says your rent increase will be $100 and you will be paying a $40 water fee. That's what the letter says. So since I sent that over there, that is what should take place, not the market rate and then $100 month to month fee. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what that letter says. That if you do not
Right.
send in your intent, and I sent in my intent, and it shows the date, and that it was an email that was generated over to you guys.
Had you ever spoken to Cassie? Because I know, like, with the date, this was back in June, it shows, was there a conversation regarding a renewal offer?
It was, the conversation was the fact that I have the letter with the renewal offer. So that's what I have. I mean, I've called over here and tried to speak with her, but I never got a phone call back. That is why I sent that letter, to show that I did indeed try to contact her about that. Now, she never responded to phone calls and she never responded to the email. But I still have my documentation here to show that I did, in fact, reach out to the office and say my intent is to go ahead with at that time the $50 increase. That's what I had, because that's what I was going by. Okay, but that's the letter that was sent over there. So I said, okay, fine, because me and Eddie Duke had discussed that on the phone. And he said, oh, no, we don't want to lose you as a tenant. We want people to stay in here. Yes, we do want to renovate these units, but for people who have already been out here, we don't want them to lose their homes and this and then the other. And so that is when that letter was generated that said your rent would go up $50 and you would have a $5 water fee. Then somehow come down the line, like you said, in July, it went up to $100 and then the $40. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't know where I stand, and nobody over here seems to know. So
Yeah, and the only reason I asked was because like if like you said you put in 10 back then,
Right.
I'm not sure why they didn't give you that
exactly.
offer to do the lease, you know, to
Yeah,
have
I
had it
mean,
done by now.
yeah, it should have been, everything should have been signed, sealed, delivered, and I would be sitting here saying, okay, in over 32 days, it's the end of September and my lease with Deal Properties is up, so what happens then? Because I'm not supposed to go month to month at market rate if I've already given the notification more than 60 days before my,
Yeah.
lease ended. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I did my part.
Yeah, and the only reason I mentioned the month to month was because like as far as the system,
Uh-huh.
you know, being that like they don't show that they sent you an offer or a lease.
Okay,
As
so,
far as they see in the system, they're gonna be like, okay, she didn't do an offer, let's do month to
well,
month.
that's my offer right
Yeah.
there. But, so, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a termination notice. I don't have a lease. I don't have nothing.
Right.
So I don't want to get blindsided on October 1st when I come over here and you tell me I owe $2,896 or something like that. I need to know what's going on. I've been trying, but nobody seems to be trying with me. I've never seen nothing like this. I mean, as many apartments in many states as I've lived in 3 different states, and I'm telling you, I've met some apartment situations, but I ain't never seen nothing like this where the tenant has no idea where they stand at the end of. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just unheard of. I ain't never seen business conducted like this. Because nobody should at the 11th hour just be still trying to figure out, and they got a letter an email that's dated back in June,
Yeah.
and here it is September in a couple of days, and they still don't know where they stand. They don't have a lease, they don't have a renewed lease, they don't have a termination notice, they don't have nothing. So it's like y'all were just over here waiting for me to come over here on October 1st and then tell me, oh, okay, well, you gotta pay 1,000 and something, plus you gotta pay the $100 month to month, then you gotta pay the blah blah. No, I'm not trying to be blindsided like that.
Yeah.
And it's not like I didn't try, because like I said, it's not my fault who can't keep their behind sitting over here in this office. The Cassie's not over here, she's in Boonesboro or Craigmont or wherever, but that still is in your system. So somebody should have picked up on that. And I mean, anytime you talk with the vice president of the company and somebody still drops the ball, doesn't know that this person has these notices that nobody is paying any attention to, and then when she does send what we had asked her to send, her notice of her intent of what she's going to do at the end of her lease with Deal, and then I send that over there and I still get nothing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because I mean, I can't come over here and bounce off the walls to get somebody's attention. I can call and leave messages, but I can't force somebody to get back in touch with me. I mean, if they don't want to, they're not. But like I said, at the same time, we're on the 11th hour and I'm still sitting here, don't know what's going on. I don't have nothing. I have no termination notice. I have no lease renewal. So I have nothing. And it's not the way I'm going to sit here and wait for October 1st to come, and then I'm over here looking up in y'all's face and saying,
Yeah.
so, yeah, and then be shocked and be passing out because y'all telling me $1,000 and some dollars, and I'd be carted out of here over to the hospital. Because I fell out in the face. I don't have money to just do like that when I did my part. That's all I'm saying. I did what y'all told me to do. I went by your notices. You said at least send it to you 60 days prior to the end of your lease. That's clearly what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so
And you were waiting for a follow-up.
right, and I never got. I mean, it's not my fault. Too many people changed places in here, and stuff got. I don't know, but that shouldn't be on me.
No, I just wanted to make sure. So I mean, I have. I didn't know if I needed to take a copy, but I have it in here.
Oh, you had an email?
Yeah, I went back.
See, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's why I do email, because I know that
Paper trace.
make right,
Yeah,
exactly.
I did
Because
the same thing.
that's what I'm saying. Yes, did I call her? Yeah, I called and I left messages. And sometimes they would be in this office and they would not even pick up the phone, because the inspector, she called me and she said, do you know I called over there And I was leaving a message, and then when they found out I was inspected, that's when they picked up the phone. She said, so a lot of the times when you call, they're actually in the office listening to you and just not picking up. And she told me that, the inspector, when I had to call them about in my apartment. But yeah, so now that you done seen this, and it does say
That's why I
notice of
wanted to make
intent to
sure.
sign a new lease. Yeah, upon expiration of current lease. That's why I said, yeah, paper trail, definitely.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so I did my 60-day prior to, and at 6:12 at 5:47, I know this was after hours, but that's because I had been calling during hours, and I was like, okay, it's after hours. They're not going to pick up now, so let me go ahead on and
But I
send
mean,
it.
even then, there was your intent, and
Right.
there was never a response to that.
No.
It looks like.
Exactly. So, and now I'm sitting here at the end of August talking about, can somebody please tell me why I have not received a renewal for the lease or termination? So I haven't received nothing. So, like I
Yeah.
said, what was I supposed to do on October 1st?
Right. So let me save this email so I can send it to them as well. That way I have something to back it up and say that.
Yeah, I appreciate
Yeah,
whatever you
reached
can do,
out.
because I just.
Yeah, because I know my regional manager, she's in Williamsburg right now.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna try to get a hold of her,
Okay.
see if she can take a look, or at least, give me some kind of answer so I can give you some kind of definitive
Right.
answer so we know what we're moving towards in September.
Right.
That way, like you said, you're not blindsided.
Exactly.
'Cause it shouldn't.
Yeah, because I
You
need.
shouldn't have to, be on edge.
No, right. I mean, look, I have been out here for 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand y'all are trying to renovate all of these units, but I'm just saying, I have a letter, well, 2 letters, but one of them is the last one that says, we'll send you a lease that has a $100 increase for the rent hike and a $40 water fee. I was hoping to get the $50 one with the $5 one. I don't know why that changed. I really don't. But I have that one over there, and I have the other one that was sent in July with the $100. So I would appreciate something. Lease renewal, termination, whatever, just
An
so I,
answer.
just so I'll know where I stand by the time October 1st gets here. So, because my birthday is October 3rd, so I don't want to be not being able to at least celebrate my birthday somewhere.
Right.
So I need to know, because if I got to move out, then I need to know. And I mean, this is like short notice anyway, because like I said, I thought that I was going to be sitting there with the not the $50, the $100 increase and the $40 for water, which I don't even know how y'all offended people to pieces, because I've never had to pay for water. Because even with Deal Properties, the only people who had to pay extra for water were those who had washers in their units. I've never had a water bill because I don't have a washer in there.
Is this primary phone still correct? 952-297-9257?
Yes.
Okay. That way
So-
when I hear back, I'll
Okay.
give you a call.
All right. Well, can you ask her to please make it sooner than later, because it's getting ready to be September, and I really need to
Well,
know what I
they've
need to do.
I just got back this past week. I
Oh.
was out for a while, so
Oh.
they've
Okay.
been getting on me about, have you done this? And I'm like, I'm still catching up.
Oh.
So
Okay.
if they're getting on me about renewals, then I can be like, hey, speaking of renewals,
Okay.
I have this situation
Okay.
that I would like an answer on.
Well, thank you, Louie. I appreciate whatever you can do
Yeah, of
to,
course. I'm gonna try to get you answers so you're not just left hanging.
Yeah, because right now I'm really hanging. I don't
Yeah.
appreciate being, in this kind of predicament. I've never been in this kind of predicament. I mean, more than 32 days before the end of my lease. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And I mean, if you have no termination letter and you have no lease, where do you, what do you? So yeah, whatever you can do, I would sincerely appreciate it. All right, well, you have a good day, okay? All right, thank you. Oops. Oops.